transform, and roll out.
Welcome back, bros, to another video review, and today we have the opportunity to take a look at the Transformers 86 02 Bumblebee, the Buzzworthy Transformers the Movie Cup. And this is what we get inside the box for the contents. We get the backdrop, which is the same as the Cliff Jumper, and is the same as previous Studio Series 86 backdrops in the past. I want to say like Blur or somebody like that, where we're like on Velocitron or something like that. I think this is what we're looking at. But anyway, it comes with the instruction manual as traditional and for all Transformers. And then it comes with two accessories that we got previously with Cup and the Studio Series version. And now we get them in the same Bumblebee version. As we take a closer look at Cup, we notice from the previous version there are some subtle changes. Now, just looking at the version we got right here, I'm liking the paint deco. And the first thing you notice is the windshield is painted. That looks great. And they even took it a step further by drawing weathering on the windshield, whether it be a crack or scuffs or anything that Cup happened to run into, that makes this figure look worn or older. So I'm really digging that. And then not only that, they continued it on the right arm, which we see in the screen, and also the shoulder region, or the extended, I guess you could say, joint region on Cup. Now, I am a little disappointed because the head does not have lead piping no more, and that's pretty depressing because the previous figure had the lead piping that we wanted in a Cup figure to make those eyes illuminate to seem like he was alive versus being dead. And as we continue to look at the lower region right here, Cup continues the same color palette scheme as you saw with the upper region. And then it also continues with the details. For instance, in the left thigh, as you see the cracking or the weathering or the damage from Cup received on his upper thigh. Not only that, he has the damage on his left lower ankle region in vehicle mode, of course, on Cup for the right leg. And then I like that they added, some details on the knees right there where they give it a little white insert. And then check it out, we got different color wheels. Now the previous version, you'll see later in the review for comparisons, that it's a different molded plastic. But I like this color better. It's not so, it doesn't like stand out a lot. So it kind of blends in, and I really like it because this paint color palette scheme is terrific on this figure. So as you already know, Cup has the same articulation as the previous figure, but I'm going to show it off briefly because I didn't review the Studio Series Cup until now with the Bumblebee version. So his arm goes all the way up, as you see. Elbow bends more than 90 because of transformation. There is no wrist swivel right here. It's all one piece. The leg can kick out this high if you want to make him do kicks. His knee can bend that far. As you see, his foot goes in and out because of transformation. He also has a rocker hinge right here on the foot. He does have a waist swivel, which is extra tight, so you definitely can do that if you like. His head is on a slight ball joint that can look up that high. He can look down that low. Of course, it goes left and right. With this, there is no lead piping in this version, which I'm a little bummed about, what I stated earlier. And not only that, you can pull Cup apart and make him like a crash dummy, like he got ran over or beat up or... So I think that's a pretty cool feature here. You can possibly like bash Kit or make him like a weaponizer or give him like some type of Frankenstein appearance. So that's a cool feature that I know kids and collectors like myself will like to do in the future. Now it's time for the comparisons, and I know this is what you are here for. You want to see which Cup is superior and which Cup is inferior. Now check this out. As you see, there are subtle differences in both of these versions of the cup. To my right is the Studio Series 86, the original cup mold that we got last year. And to your left is the new Studio Bumblebee Buzzworthy version, as you see right here on the left. Now check this out. The big notice that you see starting from Cup's head is a different paint in the teal and the cream color. The one on my right, I don't know if the camera's picking it up correctly, is like a teal greenish blue. And it's mainly on the light sky blue side. And then you look at the neck region, as you see on both cups, they're different. One's black, one's gray. You're looking at the windshield on the vehicle, one being painted and one being not being painted. And then go down, the next biggest difference you see are the wheels. The wheels on the previous Studio Series version is black versus the new, which is gray. Besides the extra painted sharp details on the outside of Cup's exterior or molded details, that's the only difference that I see. Now, if you look closely, I'm gonna move the light. Only one has lead piping, and it's the old series cup. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the eyes starting to light up right there. So as I fix everything back, that's the only difference in this cup versus the previous version. As you saw, the eyes sort of light up because it has lead piping, which is a very good quality and what I want in a figure, because, you know, we always put them in the details with lights on. So it's nice to see those eyes illuminate rather than look like the Optimus Prime that passed away. As you see right here with all the others brought in for the comparisons, he scales well together, just as good as the previous version that came out last year. So now that we have Transformers 86 number 2, the Bumblebee series Cup transform in his alt mode, and I must say, this is a gorgeous figure. I like the way it turned out with the new paint color on this figure. Now, I just want to point out that this figure is pretty much the same as the other one, except the painted details. As you saw in robot mode, it continues in vehicle mode. So as you see right here, he has the painted little cracks and lines in the vehicle, which represents it, making it older or worn or definitely beaten up. So I got this here just to distinguish later on in the review with comparisons, but take a closer look. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's 3 sets of lines right here continuing the cracking from the windshield on the side of the fender of the truck. And I definitely like that because that adds a touch of how old Cup is and how beat up and broken he is. And other than that, I don't see any more of those. Well, there's one right here on the little fender. It's real light and faint, but you really can't tell unless you're looking at it real close. So let's go ahead and put this back so that we can continue with the review. And I'll bring out the other Cup from the Studio series so we can bring that out for comparisons. All right, so for comparisons, as you see right here, here are both vehicle modes. And hopefully the camera is depicting it very well. You'll see 2 different types of teals. The Studio Series Cup original one, which is number 1 in my opinion, is darker than the new version, which is number 2. And these numbers don't mean anything. This is just how I'm identifying them for you as a viewer. So check this out. Number 1, which is a darker one, it has that darker teal. Well, the white's sort of like a green, like a cucumber green, like the inside of a cucumber color. While the new one has a more teal that's like a little lighter than that, but it has more of a blue tint to it. So not only that, one big thing that you notice in vehicle mode is the tires. We got the gray tires with the new Studio Series Bumblebee version versus the original with the black version. Now, the tires, to me, I'm not sure which one I like more. Because, I mean, they're tires, you know. I'm not buying a Transformer for gray tires or black tires, but the figure still looks good. So, I'm trying to, okay, all right. Well, looking at the front, we'll just go from the front view real fast. You notice that there's extra paint right here on the original Studio Series, which is on my right, versus the new Studio Series Bumblebee on my left. Other than that, I don't really see any more differences besides the, you know, the type of plastic and the paint on it. But I will say the windshield on the brand new Bumblebee Studio Series is painted. It is not a plastic part, of course. It is translucent, just painted. Now, I meant to mention one quick note. As you look closer, I'll bring them closer. The guns are molded in 2 different types of plastic, as you see right here. So that's pretty cool that they gave us a darker one for the more gray palette of Cup versus the more blue teal. And then looking at the accessory for the universal translator, I feel like this one is molded in the white plastic while this one's molded in the clear. But I really can't tell, but I'm assuming because of the way that it doesn't look like it's painted. Because over here you could tell that it's painted with the green, but this one you can't really tell. So I think it's molded in that white colored plastic. Now we have come to a point in my review where I like to bring out the Yeah Bro rating system. And here it is to my right on the right screen. This we're about to do right now. Let's go. To my right, you see the Yeah Bro rating scorecard. And the first category that we're going to talk about is the paint job. The paint job on this figure is wonderful. I do like the more traditional screen accurate colors better than I do of the Studio Series version. Now, with that being said, I know it's just a little bit more of the details. I appreciate the weathering or the type of cracking or the type of marks they made on this figure to make this figure a little bit more representational of an older style vehicle, because Cup is an older Transformer. In the movie, you know, he was always having kinks and having to stretch him out and oiled up or whatever. He always had something wrong with him, his back, his leg, his arm. Whatever it was, he represented an older type of figure. And he was an old general back in the day of Cybertron. Hopefully I didn't say that wrong. But the paint job on this figure is terrific. I like the new paint color scheme. It just pops. It works. As for the molding category, this is the exact same mold as we received, just in a different, more movie-like, accurate paint deco. So I have no problems with the molding. The only thing that I do know that the shoulders to swivel the arms around are extremely tight. And I have, during transformation off camera, have pulled one of the arm, I guess you say shoulder hinges out and had to replace that back in. But other than that, this mold is great. I haven't had any problems with nothing being damaged, broken, or loose. So this category also gets a 10. For the final category, it is the execution and playability. And this figure is perfectly executed and is very screen accurate to the 1986 movie. I have no complaints with that. It rolls in vehicle mode. There's tons of posability in robot mode. It still comes with those 2 accessories that the original has came with. So in this category, it is also perfect as the previous other 2 categories, and it receives a 10. So I end up picking up this figure at my local Target store. And I do want to let you know that it retailed at $22.99 plus taxes, and it is a Target exclusive. So you will only be able to find it at Target. If you happen to find it on the shelf and you are not convinced and you need an opinion to help you, I am here to tell you that it gets the yeah bro thumbs up of approval, and you should pick up this figure to add to your collection and replace the Studio Series 86 original version that came out last year. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. By doing these 3 actions, it helps to make my channel grow, and also it provides positive feedback. Thank you for your time watching my video, and until next time, yeah bro, I'll see you soon.